welcome to Chanakya English for our Pandey's Politics. Welcome, sir. So, sir, today let's start off with the happening topic right now about Annamalai, sir. He brought up the Aavin issue, right? I think Aavin has been having his own problems for the last year, but recently it is about the fat content in the milk, right? In, I think, the orange packet milk, it's supposed to have 6%, but Annamalai sir has said that it has 4.7%. So there's been a lot of back and forth in that. Can you give us maybe a quick start on what is your overview on this?
As Amul being a national product now, which started as a cooperative product from Gujarat. Aavin is a Tamil Nadu milk product. So it's also a cooperative society, but mostly governed by the government, not by the cooperative societies. It is not given the ultimate freedom, run by the society. There is a society, but only it is directly run by the government. The problem is the politicians, whenever they give some promise for election, the promise itself will haunt them in next course. That's what happened to DMK government in Aavin issue. So they promised
they'll reduce the price.
They will reduce the price of the Aavin milk packets. Already you might be aware there is a huge difference between private milk packets and Aavin milk packet. At least not less than 10 rupees. There's a huge difference. I am for increasing the price. I am for increasing because my individual point and policy and ideology is everything should be given the fair price. Whatever the actual price, that should be given. Giving in subsidized price and all, then that makes loss, and obviously the loss also will impact in common man public. So it's going to anyhow, no politician is going to give from their own pocket. So it's all the common man has to bear all those costs. So whether I am giving it indirectly or directly, it's going to cost me. So let me give on that. So I will be aware that I am giving 10 rupees to this pocket, I am giving 20 rupees to the pocket. So because DMK government said in 2021 assembly election that they will reduce the cost, and now they are saying it's already running in the loss and you cannot reduce the cost. So they are reduced to two things. One, they have reduced the fat from the milk. So and Tamil Nadu State BJP President Mr. Annamalai said that they stolen from packet. So fat is stolen from the milk. So they have reduced the fat. So by that they can reduce the cost. And they completely trying to ban the supply of green packet, which is the lowest one. So the lowest product, the more you supply the lowest product, the more the loss is. So if you reduce it, reduce the supply and you remove it from a market, you can manage the loss. You can manage and the loss will be reduced to some extent. So they are planning. We can have another example. Mostly in South India, we have their whiteboard buses, especially in Tamil Nadu and Chennai. That will be the cheapest cost ever. They will cost 2 rupees 50 paise or 3 rupees for one stop to next stop. So that will be so cheaper. But if you see practically, there will be only few whiteboard buses. If there is 100 buses in Chennai, hardly 2 or 3 buses will be whiteboard. So they will be reducing the whiteboard bus. By that they will reduce the cost.
Correct.
Now they say in Tamil Nadu, any woman can travel anywhere inside Tamil Nadu. It will be 100% free. Then what they said, if they board on every other bus, we cannot manage. So let us limit. When you decided to give free travel to women, why are you limiting it to any bus?
Correct.
It is about the ladies. It is not about the bus.
Correct.
If you board any bus, it's absolutely free. If only one lady travels in a bus, well, you are going to give the subsidies for the one lady only. So why are you limiting it to few buses? Now they find another option to reduce the cost. Only in the pink buses you will have the luxury of free travel. Otherwise you cannot. What is the idea? So if you wait for pink bus, you will not get it. So obviously you will go for the another bus. There they will charge. They will say that only the free bus is only for a pink bus, not here. Now it has changed in the reverse. Previously they said it is a free travel for the ladies. Now it is free travel for the ladies only in the pink bus. Yes. You got the point?
Yes.
That is how they manage the loss. That's what happened in the Aavin issue also.
Which is all fine. I mean, it's their way of managing. But are you putting it on the packet saying that it's 6% fat, but it has 4.7% fat only? That is a true lie, right?
So that is what we have to check. Mr. Annamalai, Tamil Nadu State BJP President, he has shown some papers that we have proven that there is a very less fat which was promised in that packet itself. Mr. Mano Tangaraj, who is the Minister for Milk and Cooperative, he said that there is no proof that that particular milk was taken from Aavin. So any milk product might be that because it was given in a packet, not from the Aavin packet. Again, Mr. Annamalai is countering that if any research material we used to give in this particular packet, not whatever you want. So you cannot give in a bowl, you cannot give it in a bowl. So there is a format in how you have to produce in the laboratories. So there is a dispute, but we have to check it and we have to make it transparent. We have to make it to public that whether what they promised, what Aavin is promising to common man, whether it is proven or not, that they have to fulfill, because it is not about election, or it is not about the election poll promise, it is not about their cost managing, it is about every common man's health.
Yes.
So people used to, sugar patients are there, children are there, elderly people are there. So they all select the milk. Why they are various this much fat, no fat, extra fat? There is a lot of varieties. You know why there are varieties? Then people can choose according to their own choices and preferences. So if there is 6% fat mentioned in the packet, but it is not there, then it's absolutely cheating. Government should be answerable without any doubt.
Another thing is that I noticed Aavin has been suspended for I think for last 10 years, not from now, but I think in 2021 the suspension was removed for exporting its products. Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware, but they lost huge orders that I am aware, because once upon a time Aavin was getting the Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam's order for ghee and milk products and all. They were getting, even for laddus and all, they were supplying the milk, and they lost it. And even in the last, all the southern states, Aavin was supplied to Kerala as well as Karnataka and all. Now we can see Karnataka product Nandini is doing amazingly well, and it's entering into Tamil Nadu. Obviously, Amul is become a national product, which was a state product, and every other cooperative society and milk things, they are doing amazingly superb. Continuously, Aavin is politicized. They we used to say the milky cow, so milking the cow. They made it as a milking money. So Aavin, that's why completely always the transport department and electricity board department and Aavin, this will be in loss every other year. The year by year it will be in loss without any, all these three major things. And it costs not less than almost 5 lakh crore to the exchequer of the government till date. All these three products are causing huge loss, lakhs and lakhs loss to even debt to the state exchequer. So certainly all these three things to be given extra care, and that should be make profitable. As I earlier said, whether it is directly served to public or you collected from indirectly collected from public, anyhow public is going to bear the cost. Not the politician is going to, neither the babus are going to pay the money. So you can make it a fair price. This is because a lot of private products are there in milk products in Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Kerala. People are buying hugely. Aavin is only around 40 to 50% in market. Rest of the 50% is other run by other private players. So people are buying the private products also. So you increase the cost and increase the quality.
Correct.
Obviously, people will go for the quality. We are having omnibuses, we are having government state borders, we are having omnibuses. People are giving 2 times, 3 times higher cost for that, and people are going. Every omnibus is completely filled by travelers. So, if there is a good equal quality for the price, obviously people will support it.
Is Aavin a non-profit organization?
It is not. It's a limited company.
But there are some people who claim that it's a non-profit organization.
They used to say it's a service sector. All politicians will say in the same line. When they are in opposition party, they will say like this. When they are in the ruling party, they will do something else. This happens here. Transport and EB and Aavin should be a service sector. So they are all called a service sector. We should not see profit in all those things. You can see, if you don't get profit out of all this, from where you get the money?
Correct.
You cannot get the money from air, no? So you have to get it from the public. Either you get it directly or indirectly. Anyhow, the taxpayer is going to pay that. then you should get it directly.
When they are for exports, like Aavin wants to export, I think they have a big sector where they're trying to export it in the country and outside the country as well, because I think they've tried going to Malaysia, the Middle Eastern countries also. So if that's the case, why are they against Amul coming into Tamil Nadu?
Tamil Nadu politicians are very brilliant. They will never go for any competitions. They will be monopoly, and they said we are the number one here. Only when you allow the competition, you can check whether you are number one or not.
Yes.
They are very well aware. Quality and very competitive products like Nandini and Aavin Nandini and Amul can challenge Aavin's quality. So that is why they are scared about. They should welcome them and they should challenge whether you compete with us. As I said, Amul was a state product. Now it reached globally. So every other household names Amul ghee, Amul neigh, everything. Amul became a common man's household name.
Yes.
How they put it in that way? So their cooperative society is running in a proper way. Their administration is very transparent, and they are doing magics. If the same thing can happen in Tamil Nadu, we also can do magics. But politicians want to make money out of the pockets, not the milk from the pockets.
In fact, when we let all these other companies in, I think it will also help our farmers,
yeah,
yes,
obviously,
because they will have a better comparison.
Then again the Aavin cooperative society will be in trouble, because they will give more money.
Yes.
The Nandini or Amul will give more money to the farmers.
Yes.
So people obviously will choose Nandini and Amul than Aavin, because the higher price, second prompt pricing. Prompt paying. So Aavin used to keep the payment later, and they will give monthly once, 6 months once. They used to give like that. So farmers will have cash and carry business. They will be very happy if they do with Nandini and if they do with Amul. So obviously their choice will be there.
Okay.
So that is why Tamil Nadu politicians are scared about it. How you can have a competition. If you permit and welcome more and more companies, and you have an excellent quality. That is how we developed in telecom technology. Previously we were having only BSNL,
yes,
with SGD, ISD and trunk call and all. Now we have all the private players. The technology and the telecommunication reached global height.
yes,
We are international players now. So if you welcome all the milk products in Tamil Nadu also, obviously maybe Aavin product also develop
yes,
on their own, but they are not interested in that. No, they will never go for any competition. They will say we don't want to eat.
Another thing that I noticed is, I think this has been ongoing also, is one recent case in September was they found a person adulterating the milk. I think he was just taking products from Aavin itself, like the butter and the milk powder, and making milk and putting it in packets and giving it back to Aavin and making money out of that. So there are a lot of cases where people who give the milk to Aavin, they have ways they're sneaking in the wrong way. And Aavin has not done much to bring them out to light, like filing cases or whatever it is to stop such cases. Even that is a concern, right?
That may not be a problem to worry that much, because in that particular case, I think it went to a logical end. It went through court and all. It happened it was exposed in the previous DMK government, and I think it went to logical end. And there is no other case like that. So adulteration is not a huge problem as far as Aavin is concerned. Only the money and purposefully they are making it as a loss. So administration of the Aavin is the challenge. Adulteration is not as challenge as we are worrying now.
So given the current scenario, when do we think Amul or Nandini may come to Tamil Nadu?
If they give bribe to Tamil Nadu politicians.
Okay.
Only through bribe they can enter. If they want to have a fair competition, they will not be allowed here. If they give commission to them, then it will be allowed. We are very transparent. We are very open. We are open for all competition. You can see all these Bhagavad Gita slogans from politicians after they were settled.
Okay. All right. So moving on, let's talk about the sand mafia. It's getting a lot of highlight recently, even though it's been an ongoing issue in Tamil Nadu. Can you give us your...
See, Tamil Nadu, the sand mining is vested with the state government technically. But they don't have that much facility, so they give, and again they give it to private players with some tenders and some understandings and all. So technically, it is with the government sand mining. Practically, again, it is with the private players. So they mine the sand and they will keep it on their own yard and they will sell it. Here, multiple level of cheating is happening and the multiple level of scam is happening. One, they will mine enormously, lakhs and lakhs unit, and they will show only thousands.
Correct.
And they will put it in their own yard. That quantity also will be duplicated. They will refill it and they will show that it is the same amount of sand is there. So today 100 tons will be there. They will sell 50 tons. Tomorrow they will fill 50 tons. They will say that yesterday we had 100 tons. No, this is the same 100 tons. So duplication will be there. And every vehicle transportation they use, every vehicle should have a separate pass. Signed and sealed and numbered by local administrative officers. So that also will be duplicated. They used to write the vehicle number in pencil so that they can rub it and make it again and again. So that also will not be counted. So from mining it from the river and selling it to the end user, completely 360 there is a scam. It happens from both the governments. It happens in both the government. It is not the DMK, it is not the DMK. Every other party, even court, many times court intervened. They blocked some mining areas and they limited that the JCB should not be used, but it is used. They said not more than 3 meters it should be mining. It is going beyond that. And in morning times you should not go. Everything, whatever banned by government, whatever restrictions given, whatever supervision done by court, nothing is followed. Everybody is aware. Even a child is aware of what is happening in mining. Because very recently, enforcement department entered into this thing.
Correct.
We might be aware, enforcement department never entered into some scams, local scams and this. They enter only when the money laundering is involved.
Yes.
They came into the case in the reverse. They found some money laundering happening and they come to know that money was developed and earned from this sand mining. So they are working in reverse. So previously, first they got that there is a lot of scam happening, but through that they are making all money laundering things. And that scam and that money is bought from this sand mining. So now they are looking into sand mining also. They summoned almost 10 district collectors. In North India they used to call district magistrates. They summoned more than 10 district magistrates and they were all summoned. And out of them, 5 out of them went to court. That the summons should be stopped and we cannot appear in front of the ED. Then enforcement department filed an affidavit there that personal assistant of water resource management minister Mr. Durai Murugan forced these officers not to appear in front of the enforcement department, and he only pressurized them to file case in the court banning this summon. So the enforcement department was mentioning in the court that there is a huge pressure from the secretary of the minister, the personal secretary of the minister. So they see some political involvement directly, and they have given an approximate sketch which is mind-boggling, like the 2G scam happened in early 2000s. That says they have mentioned and tracked and accounted only few hundred units, but millions and millions of tons and units have been utilized. So they say not less than 64,000 crores loss or duplication might have happened. So they are giving some enormous number, huge numbers, which is seriously mind-boggling, and the investigation is going on. Court has stopped that summon, but they have not stopped the inquiry. They asked the ED to continue the inquiry. So the inquiry is on process. So I think, and incidentally, one of the minister, Mr. Durai Murugan's close aide, who was his relative also supposed to, Mr. Kudiyattam Kumaran, he was removed from the party for 6 months. He released one video on his own that where he was saying that more than 60,000 crores money made in the sand mining just by minister and his son. Yes. So we have to check. It is the responsibility of the state government whether he is blabbering or there is a fact at all.
Correct.
Because it is not about their party, it is not about their anybody family, it is about the public money and it is a public great resource which we cannot make it again. So sand is given by God and it is not made by you on a day. So we have to, when the natural resources are swollen like this, certainly even Supreme Court has mentioned to take serious actions against all these things. And certainly I expect the state government to act in appropriate way to find it whether the allegations made by Mr. Kudiyathan Kumaran, who was their party guy, and enforcement department, which is run by the central government, supported by the central government, and it's an independent body. So we have to check whether the allegations are fact or not, and it's state government's responsibility to open it up.
Okay, with so many issues happening with the state, right? I mean, the milk is one side, then the sand mining thing is going on, and also Annamalai going on his road trip, right? How is this all favoring towards Annamalai?
See, as a state president of BJP, Annamalai is making huge difference from previous regimes. He is very young, he's dynamic, and was a IPS officer. So his vision and mission and action is very speed. So he is driving like anything. He wanted to cover all 234 constituencies, assembly constituencies of Tamil Nadu. He has crossed almost 100 already, but due to rain and a lot of logistic things, it's getting postponed. So by end of February, he will he will cover all the 234 constituencies, and he will be the only politician in whole India who covered all the state assembly constituencies, where no other politician tried this. They might have that yatra across India, but not covering all the constituencies. As we have 543 parliamentary constituencies, Lok Sabha constituencies throughout India, we have 234 assembly constituencies in Tamil Nadu. So he might be the only politician. Certainly he is getting huge momentum, not only with this exposing with these scams and all. He has released DMK files 1, he has released DMK files 2, and I learned some cases against him on DMK files 1. But I doubt whether there was any case on DMK files 2, whether the politicians got tired of putting case and all, or whether they admit okay, it's a fact, and whether they don't want to expose too much on them. So if you put a case, they will dig into other side also. So I don't know the reason why there is no cases further. And obviously this yatra is creating a huge momentum, as well as the and I seriously see the prominent opposition party, the major opposition party is AADMK, which is led by its General Secretary Mr. Edapadi Palanichami, who is ex-Chief Minister. They are not that much aggressive as a opposition party should be. So BJP is utilizing the opportunity and they are portraying themselves, even though they have only 4 MLAs and don't have any MPs, they are portraying themselves that they are the real opposition party and they are doing amazingly good in the leadership of Annamalai. Certainly that will give momentum to BJP as well. But in Tamil Nadu, in current scenario, if the status quo is maintained, I don't see they may win any seats in Lok Sabha election. That will not give that much yield, but they can hugely develop and increase their vote bank.
Okay, and how about Duraimurugan? Is he possibly going to be on fire for whatever is happening with the sand mining thing? Or
I think Mr. Duraimurugan may be in trouble because already Mr. Sendil Balaji is in prison, being a minister even now. Mr. Ponmudi is already summoned more than twice and thrice. His son also appearing in front of the ED. And now third minister, Mr. Duraimurugan, is monitored now. Now, as of now, he is not summoned, he is not searched. And I think that will lead to Mr. Duraimurugan, and we have to see whether he is summoned, he is questioned, is raided, what is the ED's next action. We have to wait and watch.
okay, and is there any way DMK is trying to clean this up for their for the upcoming elections? Will they?
They will try to cover it up because after all they are minister. If they agree that if their ministers are corrupt, it's obviously it will lead to the government, no, and the party. Not only about the individuals. So if Mr. Sendil Balaji is corrupt, they will not say that only Sendil Balaji is corrupt. The whole ministry is beautiful. If the Mr. Ponmudi is caught and red-handed, so they will people will say that only Ponmudi is like that. Every other ministers are golden. So obviously it will throw light on the government. That is why they have not removed Mr. Sendil Balaji from cabinet. Even he is in prison for more than 6 months.
So whatever the allegations that has been thrown at them, they are really not trying to answer the question really. What I mean, I don't know if you agree with that or not, but they, like you said, I think it's the cover up more than the actual answering the true issue at hand.
Who will accept that they are corrupt? Which
No,
party?
if they can rebuke it somehow.
They are rebuting, that's why they went to court, they are having it. Senthil Balaji is facing the case, Mr. Ponmudi is facing the case, everybody they will face the case. Who will accept that? Yes, see, the whole India was blaming Mr. Raja and Mrs. Kanimoli for 2G case.
Correct.
Now they are acquitted. Now they are free. You should understand
yes.
that. The court is in, the case is in High Court of Delhi and it's running on. Okay, but unless until they are convicted, they are free from all the accusations. Now they are acquitted. They are free from even any allegation. So they will try their level best. You can blame them. They are accused. They are corrupt. The only court has to justify that. They have to prove it. So they will. The law has to take its own course now. So it will take and certainly no politician will accept that. Yes, I have done some mistake. If they do so, it is utterly
not even
foolish.
the mistake, but at least if they can take the facts given by the person and
if
say,
it is,
no, this is what it is.
If they do so, it means they admitted it.
Okay.
If their minister is corrupt, the government is corrupt. Which politician, which party, which government will admit that their government is corrupt, their ministry is corrupt? If the ministry is, it is the ministry, not about any individual. So it is the cabinet which takes the decision. So if one person from the cabinet being a corrupt politician, certainly it will infect a whole ministry. No, so they will certainly never allow. They will never accept it. No politician will do. No party. There are a lot of allegations against Mr. K. Chandrasekhar Rao in Telangana.
Correct.
Are they accepting it? They will never do. And Arvind Kejriwal we are seeing in Delhi. Are they accepting it? More than 2 of their ministers are in jail. Are they accepting it? They will say that it's political vendetta. BJP is misusing that agencies. National Herald case, the completely ED attached to more than 1,000 crores worth of buildings and properties and all. It was closely related to Mr. Sonia Gandhi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And whether they will accept it, we were trying to grab that land, properties. They will say it's a political vendetta. They are insulting Nehru's legacy. So they will try to color in that way only. No politician will accept it. Only through court we have to find whether they were right or ED is right.
Okay. Thank you for your time, sir. Thank you. Thank you for watching Chanakya English. Stay tuned for more such discussions.